And with that, I will call the annual meeting of the Detroit Lake City Council to order. And to start with, I'm going to take a roll call. Do I need to read this COVID thing?
Charlie's going to say yes. Yeah.
All right. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Governor Walz, under Minnesota Statute Chapter 12, Emergency Management, declared a peacetime emergency on March 13, 2020. The city has determined an in-person meeting may not be practical or prudent because of the health pandemic. The City of Detroit Lakes meetings will be held via telephone conference call or by other electronic means as outlined in Minnesota Statute 13D.021. Members of the public who wish to view the meeting virtually should submit a request to the city. The City of Detroit Lakes City Council meeting will be a hybrid meeting taking place with two options. You can attend in person at the Historic Home Center Ballroom located at 806 Summit Avenue, or attend virtually. Please submit a request to the city. So with that, I'll call the meeting to order and I'll call a roll call vote. Boki?
Aye.
Bly?
Aye.
Josephson?
Aye.
Wenner?
Aye.
Suki?
Aye.
Zeman?
Aye.
And Marks Erickson, is Jamie here yet? She was gonna be a little late possibly. And also tonight, we have two new council members that we'll welcome this evening, Wendy Spry and Aaron Dahlman, and I'd ask those two if you would please come up here and join me by the podium. And I will issue your oaths of office. Why don't you come over here, Wendy? So we can get on camera, right? Come on this side, Aaron, because we've got the camera over here, so.
That's not my
So when I say aye, then you state your name. I'll do both of you at the same time. So raise your right hand, please. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and the Charter of the City of Detroit Lakes, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties as a council member in the City of Detroit Lakes, County of Becker, State of Minnesota, to the best of my knowledge and ability, so help me God. Okay, you're sworn in. Congrats. Welcome. Now you can start talking trouble. Will you guys sign these? The next item on the agenda is appointment of a vice mayor for the year 2021. And I would just put in a plug for Ron Zeman. He's been very helpful and does a nice job as a vice mayor. But I would open it up for any other nominations as well.
I nominate Ron Zeman.
Is there a second?
Second, from Alderman Wenner.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to appoint Alderman Ron Zeman as vice mayor for the year 2021. Discussion? I'll do a roll call vote. Boki?
Aye.
Bly?
Aye.
Josephson?
Aye.
Wenner?
Aye.
Suki?
Aye.
Marks Erickson? Not here yet. Ron, I'll skip you because you're going to abstain, right?
Yes.
Spry?
Aye.
Dahlman?
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you.
Glory, the next item is the appointment of the city council members to committees. Do we need a motion to approve those? I think Glory sent those out to everybody, and those new committees will start like immediately for next week's council meeting.
I make a
and-
motion that we approve those as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the appointment of the council members to committees. Discussion? I'll do a roll call vote. Dahlman?
Aye.
Spry?
Aye.
Zeman?
Aye.
Marks Erickson? Suki,
Aye.
Wenner,
Aye.
Josephson,
Aye.
Bly,
Aye.
Aye.
Bulkey.
Aye.
The motion carries. The next item on the agenda is consideration to approval of the 2021 intoxicating liquor license and Sunday liquor license for El Loro pursuant to their application and fees.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the 2021 intoxicating liquor license and Sunday liquor license for El Loro. Discussion? Roll call vote. Bulkey,
Aye.
Bly,
Aye.
Josephson,
Aye.
Wenner,
Aye.
Suki,
Aye.
Mark Xerickson, Zeman,
Aye.
Spry,
Aye.
Dahlman.
Aye.
The motion carries. On the back page of the agenda are the joint governance meeting dates and the city council meeting dates for 2021. And of course, don't forget, a week from tonight is the January regular city council meeting at 5 o'clock. And I assume we'll still be doing this, okay? So at this time, I'm happy to announce that Bruce Imholt has joined us this evening, and thanks for coming, Bruce. I've got something I'd like to present to you if you'd come on up here. Thank you. Why don't you stay here so the camera can see you? Well, this is from the citizens of Detroit Lakes and from the City Council and from myself, and it's a plaque. It's a certificate of appreciation, and it says, to Bruce Imholt, 20 years, Alderman at Large, from January 1st, 2001 through December 31st, 2020, whereas the municipal representative government of the City of Detroit Lakes, ever conscious of its obligation to efficiently and justly conduct the affairs of the City of Detroit Lakes, and whereas the fulfillment of this obligation and the performance of this service requires the dedication of concerned citizens, now therefore be it resolved that the City Council and citizens of the City of Detroit Lakes express in this way gratitude and appreciation for the many hours of faithful service you've contributed to our community and to the City of Detroit Lakes, together with the hope that your service of 20 years as Alderman at Large may be reflected and persuade others to follow your example. So thank you.
Mayor, I'm usually reluctant to talk, but I do have a couple of comments.
I know, but there's one other thing we want to take care of.
Oh, okay.
And is Elizabeth Wafels with us from the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities? Good evening. Thanks for joining us, Elizabeth. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you. I guess I'm disappointed I can't be there in person, but hopefully in future years we can see each other again like that. Yes, I am here on behalf of the CGMC to present the award to Bruce for his outstanding service. You know, for 20 years, he's been an active and engaged alderman for your city, but not just for your city, for the entire state. You know, I probably got to know him best working many, many years on the Heartland Trail, and I'm still looking forward to riding that with him someday. But, you know, my first memory, honestly, of working with Bruce was at a CGMC summer meeting. Oh my gosh, it must have been like right when I started as a lobbyist. I'm in charge of putting together the environmental policies. And he, during the meeting, approached me about, hey, can we do a policy, can we add something in there about invasive species? Because this is an issue that, cities like ours face. And we did, we adopted it into our policies, and it still is in there as one of our sort of, environmental principles that we operate by. And, that's just like sort of, to me, was always a small example of what Bruce did, with the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. I know he was, active on, a number of different issues, but he was always there, no matter what the issue was, to step forward, talk about how things affected, Detroit Lakes and other cities in Greater Minnesota, and help do what was needed to, advance issues forward. And that, I think, really is a big deal. He's been very active on a number of issues. Was on, I think, on the board of the Greater Minnesota Partnership, which is our sort of sister organization. Has worked on, important issues that are relevant not just to Detroit Lakes, but to the entire state. And, when we were sitting down last summer thinking about who to give this award to, Bruce Imholt was one of the first persons we thought of in terms of their service to, like I said, not just Detroit Lakes, but to all the cities in Greater Minnesota. So I wish I was there in person to hand you the award and shake your hand. But since I'm not, we have a great video that my colleague Bradley Peterson put together. So I just want to, again, thank you for your service, Bruce. You are going to be greatly missed. And now I'd like to cue up the video from our organization, sort of with Bradley Peterson going in more in depth.
Bruce, it's good to see you, and we're happy today to be able to present you with the Jack Murray Award for Distinguished Rural Leadership. Jack Murray was an influential former mayor from International Falls, who was instrumental in the formation of the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. And the award is given to CGMC elected officials who, upon their retirement, who have had really an outsized influence, not only in their own communities and rural Minnesota, but also through the work of CGMC. And so very pleased today to be honoring Bruce Imholt, who is on the Detroit Lakes City Council. And through his 20 years on the City Council, Bruce has really exemplified the kind of leadership that makes our communities, really great places to live, work, and play. And his reach in Detroit Lakes and in the area has really been far and wide, whether it's been service on the board of the Becker County United Way, the Lake Agassiz Regional Library Board, his involvement in building out the Heartland Trail in that part of the state, the Greater Minnesota Parks and Trails Advisory Commission committees. You name it, Bruce has been involved in so many things, both within his community and through the region generally. And when it comes to service to CGMC, Bruce was always a really familiar face at all of our events. I don't know that you missed too many of them through the years, whether it was conferences or the lobbying days down in St. Paul. Additionally, he served on the Economic Development and Transportation Policy Committees several times throughout his years. And then also recently served on the board of our Economic Development sister organization, the Greater Minnesota Partnership, and has been instrumental in helping the growth of that organization as well. And so no matter where it has been that Bruce has been needed, he has been there and certainly made significant and wide contributions, not only to the city of Detroit Lakes, which he loves, but the region as a whole, Greater Minnesota, and of course the CGMC. And so Bruce, I can't think of a more deserving recipient of this award. We are sure going to miss you around CGMC and hope that you'll continue to be in touch. With that, would welcome you to say a few words as well.
Well, thanks, Bradley. And certainly honored to accept the Coalition's Jack Murray Award. I feel very honored to do that. When I was first elected in 2001, former Detroit Lakes Mayor Larry Buboltz, who helped Jack Murray start the coalition. He was, if many of you know Larry, he was very active in the coalition through the years. And he encouraged me to become involved in CGMC, and I was glad I did. Well, the coalition has done a fantastic job of promoting and advocating issues for our members in our rural cities. I have always enjoyed the summer and fall conferences. You alluded to those, Bradley. I think those are great opportunities for council members and staff to get together. The conferences had great sessions relative to city issues. They were also good networking opportunities. I met a lot of good people through the coalition conferences, and of course the Flaherty and Hood staff was always very friendly and informative to us. Also, since I'm a political junkie, I have to mention this because you're online here, but I always enjoyed your presentations about the results of the elections, particularly as it related to Minnesota, but also nationally. And I think those presentations were always great because they were nonpartisan in nature, and they emphasized how it affected coalition members and what it meant to our issues. And I thought that was very important. And I will hopefully continue to tune in and get your analysis in the future. I always enjoy it. Yeah, I have been on the annexation, the economic development, and the transportation committees for the coalition. And I guess my message out there is to other council members that locally on my council, as well as other cities, is get your members involved, participate in the committee structure, because you do have an influence with both the board of directors and the general membership and the directions you can take. And I think specifically, I can think of one area that the coalition board and membership was receptive to was including multi-use trails as part of the transportation and economic development, and knowing how important those trails can be to our communities. So again, I want to thank the coalition and for presenting this Jack Murray Award to me.
Thank you. So Elizabeth, with your permission, I'm going to present the plaque to Bruce. I've got it here and I'll read it.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, and it says, from the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities, the Jack Murray Award for Distinguished Rural Leadership, Alderman Bruce Imholt, Detroit Lakes, 2020. And there's also a letter here, Bruce, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. And thank you, Elizabeth.
Yes, thank you. We're going to miss you, Bruce.
So we're not completely losing Bruce. He's going to stay on our park board. And so.
Excellent. Well, I am really looking forward to bringing my bike up and doing that Heartland Trail sometime.
All right. Well, it's looking good, Elizabeth. So a lot of it's already built, so it's looking good. But with that, I think Bruce has a few things he wants to say, and I'll turn it over to you, Bruce.
Thank you for the plaque, and thank you to the coalition for the award. And of course, many of you know that if you ask me to say a few words, maybe more than a few, but I'll try to keep it short. I'm sorry I missed the meeting in December, but maybe the way this turned out it was better because you had a long meeting in December and I wasn't even there, Mayor. So, but I've been 20 years on the council and I've been married 46 years, so when my wife said we should do something and we leave during the council meeting, guess who I listened to? So anyway, I have an official statement if I could, and I gave this to Glory with your permission. I'd like to have it at least attached to the minutes. So I've been honored to serve the citizens of Detroit Lakes on the City Council for the last 20 years. The citizens of Detroit Lakes have been well represented over my 20 years under the leadership of Mayors Matt Brink and Larry Bubolz, various City Council members, as well as the city staff. Detroit Lakes has a reputation as a growing, well-managed city. Its citizens have committed time, talent, and treasury to ensure that all residents have access to a great quality of life. And my thanks to all who have provided this. So that, Glory, if you could, with council's permission, attach that to the minutes. I actually have a little present for all of you council members that are here, and for the two council members that are not, I'm sure we'll get it to you, but Mayor, if you take yours and then pass that on. What's in there, just so it's not a surprise, you can open it up. I actually have one for Wendy and Aaron too. But anyway, it's a flash drive, and I took the time to edit the last 5 years of council meetings that have been on TV, because I know that's something you guys all wanted to see. But the problem is, it's 5 years, and so I had to edit. I couldn't put all 5 years of council meetings on there. So, of course, I left my comments on. I left Mr. Zeman's comments on. And after that, there was no more time for the rest of you. So, first of all, you have 5 years of council meetings of Ron Zeman and myself. So, hope you appreciate that. Now, the second part of the flash drive, and this is why Wendy and Aaron also get this. And by the way, congratulations to you guys. I'm happy you're on the council. But in my 20 years on the council, we discussed a lot of important issues. And I'm not talking about should we build a new street for $2 million or should we build a new police department. I'm talking about the big issues. Like should we give $200 or $250 to the United Way? Should somebody be allowed to have 2 dogs and 2 cats, or should it be 3 dogs and 1 cat? Those are some of the weighty issues that we've discussed over the years that have been in the council. But probably the biggest issue that we've discussed in my 20 years is how to keep the deer out and the chickens in your yard. How high a fence should you have? That's probably been the biggest issue we've had. So on that flash drive, I've anticipated just about every question you as a city council would want, and I've got answers on there. So you just plug that flash drive in. Wendy and Aaron, certainly in the future when big questions come up, just plug that flash drive in and I'll give you the answer. And as most of my fellow council members know in the past, I've always had the answer. Haven't appreciated it, but I've always had the answer. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys got that out. And also I don't have it, all the staff members, but I do have one for Charlie and Kelsey and one for Larry, because of the staff members, those are the 3 members that when I brought up a suggestion, they immediately stepped up and said, Bruce, that's the greatest idea in the world. And particularly, I know Larry's going to miss me. So I just wanted to get those flash drives out to you. But in all seriousness, I've enjoyed working with all of you folks, the staff. I mean, we've got a great city. The citizens should know that. They're well represented. I've always been appreciative that our council, while we've disagreed at times, has always been civil and courteous about it. I think that's what America is about. You should be able to bring up your discussions, debate it, but do it civilly and do it politely. And then at the end of the day, if you can retire someplace to have an adult beverage, I think that's always good in it, or it could be a non-adult beverage. But either way, I've always appreciated that after meetings we could go out and do that together. So again, thank you all.
Thanks, Bruce. So Bruce, you got a standing ovation. Although half of it was virtual. Thanks again, Bruce. The business of this council has come to a conclusion. The meeting's adjourned.